Welcome to the Squared Circle Jerks. I am Pedantic Mike. And Byron is somewhere.
Am I?
I mean, I assume you are.
But why is I?
I don't know. You are, therefore you exist. Also, you went to a gun show today, so that's always
I
fun.
did, and I definitely have a sunburn on the top of my head because my family decided we needed to stand around outside for an extended period of time so that my niece could wait in line for rides. Because there was a fair as well.
This is the problem with having nieces and nephews. I feel your pain.
I should have just gone back into the gun show and the fair was in the same place, so I could have just gone back inside. But no, I tried to be a nice family guy and stand around with my dad so he didn't have to stand around by himself.
He's a family guy. And I saw Avengers, which was pretty much everything I hoped it would be.
Apparently, Batista improv that line. Like, I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? Apparently, they did the scene a couple of times, and he just chimed in, and they're like, "Fuck, okay, you're pretty good at improv."
Yeah, Batista was good in it. I thought honestly, I had very few flaws with the movie, and I'm pedantic as shit, so that's a good sign.
I hear that you're not happy with the amount of black people there were in the African countries because they didn't have enough diversity.
It's not enough diversity. Required additional Asians.
Yes.
Anyways, with
Everybody
that done,
knows.
we're gonna get into the wrestling.
What? I thought we were talking about cheesecake.
I mean, I could go on for hours about cheesecake.
I've been watching cheesecake videos all week. I don't know. I had no idea we were doing wrestling.
That's a lie.
Totally unprepared.
I mean, you're always to a slight degree unprepared.
Well, yeah, but that's my whimsical, rambling nature.
So, what do you want to start with? Do we want to? We got Dontaku, we got Backlash, and then we got 205 Live NXT. Where shall we start?
I'm good with whatever. I watched part of ROH, but I didn't get a chance to finish. Other than that, yeah, you and I have not watched SmackDown or Raw. And yeah, that's about where we stand.
It's unlikely to change in the near future.
I'm gonna try and watch ROH every week if I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
I watched Table for Three. Does that count?
That's awesome. I'm gonna try and start watching ROH, but right now I'm a little bit crunched for time because we're hunting for a new apartment. So
I was gonna say a little bit crunch for time. We just freed up 5 fucking hours a week.
Yeah, which has gone right to hunting for apartments.
I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I'm fondling one of my new large caliber bullets.
Keep that to yourself. Let's talk Dontaku. It's the oldest thing we got on the agenda for today. Let's
speaking of old, we open up with a Tiger Mask Liger and Taguchi match.
Indeed, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
It's always I like this combo because Tiger Mask doesn't have to try and get over because he's the least over. Liger can just be over and then do over things and not have to work so hard, and Gooch can do all the work. And Gooch is also over.
Yep, Gooch tacked out Narita, who's one of the more interesting young lions, because he's the one that gets up in everyone's fucking face.
Yeah, him and Red Shoes Jr., those two combined with the other guy who's apparently muscular and hostile as well, they were just all kinds of angry young men in this one.
Indeed. And then we had more young boys, with Oka teaming up with old man Nagata, to take on the Tokyo Pimp and Chase Owens, a.k.a. Pimp Club.
Indeed.
This was, I believe this was where we had the new girl.
That is correct.
Pimp's new girl.
She was very enthusiastic.
Very enthusiastic. Needs to dial that back about, 10%.
Nope, dial it up.
Super hot.
25%. I need more frenetic nonsense, not less.
Nah, I need less. And Pimp Club goes over because Pimp Club's got to go over against Young Lions and Nagata.
Yeah,
that's a given. Owens got the package pile driver on Oka for the win, and it was pretty interesting because Oka demanded to be tagged into the match when Nagata had control, and of course Callis took him to task for that.
Yeah, and you can see Nuji Nagata's like, "Are you fucking sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I want, yeah, okay."
Didn't work out too Then we got ourselves a 6-man tag match as Roppongi 3K take on Taichi, Taka Michinoku, and Azuka.
Yeah, Kyle was a little sad. I told him that Taichi did take off the pants for this match, and he's like, "Oh man, I didn't get to see him take off his pants." And I also told him that Azuka went rogue with the Iron Glove as well, and he's like, "Man, I missed all the good stuff,
all the gimmicks." We're just missing Kanemaru's Tequila Sunrise.
Yeah,
Tequila Surprise.
Suntory Surprise.
Suntory, yes.
Taka Michinoku doing the lion's share of the actual work in the match,
which was a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
But Roppongi 3K gets the win. They pin Taka, and they got the fuck out of there before Azuka could destroy shit.
Yeah. Apparently Taka needed sake.
Then we had the new incarnation of Great Bash heel, Makabe and Hanare versus Ishii and Yano. I enjoyed this.
Indeed. We get Yano doing Yano things. I liked it. Kevin Kelly was like, "You can't see this. Oh, you can't see this. This is off camera." But Yano was already taking the turnbuckle off his corner.
Yep. I think he got 3 of them off, actually, over the course of this match.
I think so, yeah.
Plus, I mean, anytime you get Makabe and Ishii just playing their favorite game of who is the hardest motherfucker in the room, you're in for a good show.
The answer is invariably Ishii.
Pretty much. Ishii won this round. Ishii hit Hanare with a brain buster for the pin, and then afterwards we had Hanare still trying to go after Ishii, like he's obsessed with the idea of fighting Ishii. Mm-hmm. So that's fun. That's a great developing storyline.
Ishii is indifferent to the situation.
Indifferent to the young New Zealander. Then we had all of the Taguchi Japan fun with Michael Elgin, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson taking on Chaos's tandem of Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Switchblade Jay White.
That's more than a tandem.
True.
That's a triodum. Triumvirate. It's a triumvirate.
And this match kind of ended on a very weird note. Like it was a very good match. A lot of, a little bit of chaos, a lot of good spots, everyone getting their shit in. And then, honestly, the weirdest thing was that Yoshihashi wound up pinning David Finlay.
Yeah, that was a little unexpected. Also, they did the weird chant pose thing, and Jay White's just going, "What?"
I'm really a heel, guys.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you got the memo, but heel.
Yeah. And in the end, Taichi jumped Goto after the match because Taichi and Elgin both have some... I'm not sure what the storyline is here, but both of them want a title shot at Goto's never openweight title. And both have some kind of claim to it as well. And it's just a question of who gets it first.
From what I was understanding, Elgin challenged first, and then Taichi, being the heel, just came out and challenged anyway, even though that's not really a done thing, which is why he did it as a heel. And so now there's an additional kind of feud going on between Elgin. This is like a real 3-way between Elgin and Taichi, and the other two versus your boy Scroto. So there's a real 3. It's like they know what they're doing and they're telling actual stories here with interlacing feuds,
and a very simple story at the same time, just about challenging for a belt.
Yeah, it's like you just don't come down and do that. You don't challenge when somebody else is already challenged. Stay in line, motherfucker.
So Taichi attacked Goto after the match and drags him to the back. And Switchblade's trying to convince Yoshihashi, nah, we don't need to go help him. And we realize why, because Switchblade's going to go after Juice. And it does not work, because Juice Robinson is Juice.
Good old Juicy Ventura.
Because we're getting Juice Robinson versus Switchblade for the U.S. title as well. So this is nicely done. Advances the storylines. Gave us a pretty good match. Weird ending. Finlay eating another pin. Not sure I'm terribly behind that, especially from Yoshihashi. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is Yoshihashi just like the mid card jobber to everybody, with the occasional? It's again imagine if they would have given Dolph Ziggler more than one win a year, what they could accomplish. That's, I guess, where Yoshihashi's role is in the company. Just the guy who the fans seem to kind of like, but no one else I mean, well, the live fans seem to like him. I don't know about anybody else.
I've at various points gotten behind him, but it's not on a consistent basis, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Then we had Killer Elite Squad, Minoru Suzuki, Desperado, Kanemaru versus L.I.J. And this was all the fun. Don Callis legged it out of there as Archer's on his tail, spitting water.
And Kelly's, go get him! Get him! Get him! When he got back to the booth, Callis is like, oh god, I had to run all the way out to the parking lot to lose him. He's like, no, I told him not to go after you. I told him it wasn't necessary.
Told him to be cool about it. Yeah. This was fun. In a way, the Suzuki match is fun. I mean, they controlled most of the action through various heelish tactics. Because the Suzuki Gun, even in a feud between two heel factions, Suzuki Gun is the heel.
Yeah, it's well, I think the LIJ is really, after he lost the Intercontinental title last year, I think the entirety of LIJ is really a more of a tweener faction edging towards like anti-hero. So I don't think of them really as heels anymore.
The crowd reaction is face for them. They employ heel tactics.
Yeah.
They're in Los Guerreros territory.
Pretty much. They lie, they cheat, they steal.
Yeah. In the end, we had Naito pin Kanemaru with Destino, because Kanemaru's in there to eat the fucking pin. I mean, that's all there is to it. And then things got really interesting. You wanna tell the people why?
Some fat old lady came out of the crowd and had really bad makeup and shook everyone's hand, and it was kind of weird.
What he needs to say is Chris Jericho came out.
Oh, right. Right. Okay. So, yes, a mysterious figure emerged from the crowd, wearing a Bushi mask, complete with black lipstick, and LIJ, what looked like an LIJ shirt, and beat the shit out of Naito. And then, struggled to get the mask off. I guess the mask was just super tight.
Yeah, judging by the color of his face, and it definitely was too tight.
Yeah. So, the mask comes off, and as soon as, I could see part of the nose, I'm like, that's fucking Chris Jericho! And it turns out that his shirt was, instead of Los Ingobernables de Japón, it was List Ingobernables de Jericho or something like that.
La Lista Ingobernables de Jericho.
Okay, yeah. So all I saw was on the live show. All I saw was Jericho on the bottom. I'm like, does that say the Ungovernables of Jericho? That's fantastic. So that's really good, and they're gonna have Naito. Oh, and then he went outside and grabbed the fucking ring bell and cranked Naito across the head, juicing the hard way. Mm-hmm. Either that, or it was the most skillful blade job I've ever seen. Yeah. So there's that, and they're going to have a match at Dominion, and holy fuck shit balls, eat all the dicks 3 times and twice on Sunday. Dominion's looking like a hot motherfucking card, sir.
Yes, it is. Looking forward to it. So, we go on to the All, pretty much.
Bullet Club.
The All Bullet Club teams, with the exception of Kota Ibushi.
The All-In, it's weird because watching this match, you'd swear that Ibushi was more in Bullet Club than Cody.
I think that's kind of part of the idea here.
Yeah.
Is that Cody is so delusional that he really has no support in Bullet Club except for Hangman Page.
Pretty much. And so we had the three Tongans plus the Golden Lovers against Cody, the Hangman, the Marshall Skrull, and the Jung Books with your boys, the Golden Tongans, getting the win. And I can't remember who ate the pin on this one.
Well, I have things to talk about before we talk about the pin.
Oh, well,
we had this whole plan where Marty Skrull was going to slam Bad Luck Fale.
Oh, right. That was the gimmick for the match. Like that, instead of like the plan where we're all gonna hit fucking bulldog chokes at 7 minutes and 42 seconds, and then we're gonna get the pin and win. Your boy Marshall Skrull was gonna go Hulk Hogan on Bad Luck Fale's Andre the Giant, and it was gonna be Body Slam Omania at some point in the match. That was the plan.
That was the plan. And Cody Rhodes wants a kimono.
Yeah, where's my kimono?
In the end, Skrull's plan backfired because he tried to slam Fale, and Fale just fell out of it and hit him.
Going back to the Taka Michinoku match, he did get on the mic. There's a live mic there at the desk with the English commentators, so they can just hold it up if people want to say something to the English people or English-speaking people. And Taka always goes over and says something. A couple of months ago, it was, Taka needs sake! And this time, I don't remember what he said, but Cal, like a couple seconds after he left, Callis was like, I love how he pretends like he can't speak English. It's great.
Indeed. And the end of this match was more important than the match itself, because Cody winds up running away as Omega chases him out, and basically everyone from Bullet Club kind of does the too sweet in the middle, with many jokes about how this is going to cost the Young Bucks days of t-shirt sales.
That just cost me $150,000. And your boy Kota Ibushi would just kind of stood there awkwardly in the ring, and then as they're doing the group too sweet, then he just sort of bowed out gracefully. And I kind of thought it would be a good moment. Well, I guess they got to figure out the leadership issue first before they can get really somebody of that caliber indoctrinated.
I think realistically they're going the non-leader route. It's been kind of said by Tama Tonga and Bad Luck Fale for a while that we don't really need a leader.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're going. I think Cody leaves Bullet Club. I think Kenny leaves Bullet Club and does the Golden Lovers with Kota Ibushi. And then everyone else kind of stays together.
Yeah, that's probably a fine thing.
With I think a combination of Fale, Tama Tonga, and the Bucks being sort of the power that be, so to speak.
Yeah, that seems fine. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on whether I want Omega to leave Bullet Club, because I think Bullet Club and all factions really, whether you have a leader or not, you need at least a figurehead. And they wouldn't really have one if Cody and Omega are both out of there. Who's going to be the not really number one guy, but who's going to be sort of the shining light in the club? I don't see who it could be right now.
I can't really think of anyone having attempted to do a somewhat leaderless faction, though. So I'm intrigued to see how that would go.
Yeah, I guess.
You could be right, and it could horribly fail, and if it does, they give him a leader. It's, it's not really a big problem.
This could be, you're right, Cody and Kenny could both leave, and then there's no leader, and then maybe this is Ghetto's way of pushing somebody. Maybe it's Hangman. Maybe Hangman's the guy that they want to push, but there's too many people in the way right now. So if they, get some of the big stars out of the way, maybe Hangman can be the guy that they can raise up,
or a certain surprise addition to the Bullet Club that we're going to get to.
It's Taka Michinoku.
That would be weird.
Yeah. Although, can you imagine Taka Michinoku and Takahashi being a tag team?
Taka and the Tokyo Opium.
That would be fun. Taka and Takahashi. Takahashi.
Then we had Kushida versus Ospreay, and this was all the fun.
Yeah, this was good. I enjoyed the actions.
This was, in my opinion, match of the night. I wouldn't.
You're wrong.
I would not argue if someone said that the main event was the match of the night, but I preferred this one personally.
I would be probably one of those people. I think the main event was the match of the night, but it's not two sides of the same coin kind of a deal. It's not that big a hair splitting. It's basically a hair splitting contest. But I thought the main event had better, longer lasting overall drama, whereas I think the action per se was better in the Ospreay Kushida match.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid breakdown. And they did all the stuff that you'd want them to do. A lot of, high-flying spots. We had some good striking exchanges, had some good mat work. A number of attempts at the hoverboard lock. Ospreay going for this whole Stormbringer thing that he's bringing out as his new finisher, which is exceedingly difficult to do.
Stormbringer or Stormbreaker?
I thought it was Stormbringer.
I think it's, well, that is an interesting Deep Purple album, but I think it's, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, look that up.
Stormbreaker, double underhook, overhead gut wrench, transitioned into a modified corkscrew neckbreaker. Fuck me running.
Yeah, it's a very involved move.
Yes.
And throughout the match, Ospreay was working with, the one-armed gimmick. My arm's all fucked up. And it didn't take away from the match. Please, WWE, take notes.
Yeah, you don't have to sell an injury. Well, you can sell an injury and sell it very well and not have half the match wasted because you're limping or hobbling or unable to jerk one off in the corner. And
just alter your offense a little bit, and it sells it beautifully.
Yeah, the problem is that in the Wobbly Wobbly B, they only want you to have a maximum of 8 moves total. So if you're missing a limb, then 7 of those moves don't work.
Yep. In the end, Ospreay retained, hitting the Stormbreaker. And then Tama Tonga came out, and throughout Dontaku, and possibly beforehand, there were Bone Soldier vignettes being aired, which we were laughing our asses off at.
Oh, man. Like,
especially when we had Kyle watching, we're just dying laughing about Bone Soldier.
Yeah. Great, that's all we need is a bigger boner.
Anyways, Tama comes out, cuts a pretty smooth-ass promo, which, by the way, that's why he can be part of the leadership Bullet Club, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm fine if they push him as the leader.
And Bone Soldier appears, takes out Ospreay, and reveals himself to be Ishimori, who, interesting story with him is he got out of his Noah contract by saying that he wanted to go stateside to work for Impact Wrestling for a bit and get the attention of WWE. And then sign a WWE contract. And instead of doing that, although he did do some time in Impact, literally a cup of coffee, he comes back and signs with New Japan.
I mean, I would. I want Nakajima to get the fuck out of there and sign with New Japan for fuck's sake.
Genius of kick.
Correct.
And so he'll be the next one to challenge Ospreay for the title, which is pretty needed. They do need some new blood in the junior heavyweight division, both on the tag side and on the single side.
Yarp.
Because that division is a little bit done. Like, I can watch Skrull versus Ospreay, Kushida versus Ospreay, throw in Time Bomb, etc. in there all day long. They are that good. It is that fun. But there is a definite need for a little new blood.
I like blood. The blood!
And then we go to the main event, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Okada defending against Tanahashi.
Holy shit.
The Rainmaker versus the Ace.
I have a feeling this is going to be one of these ones where you are going to say that should have been the finish. But in my opinion, there was honestly, a couple of times.
I didn't really have that moment in this match, actually.
I thought there was going to be a couple times where you're going to be like, that should have been the finish. Because there was a couple times where the drama clearly peaked, but you were wrong about that. You thought the drama had peaked, and then that just became the next kick up the mountain to the higher peak. It's like, oh, God.
I get what you're saying, but there's still moments where I think even if you can go above that drama, you shouldn't necessarily, because it continuously raises the bar, makes it harder and harder to follow up on.
Yeah, well, it makes it harder to end on the highest of notes.
Yeah. But I didn't have this match. I didn't have any moments with this match. I did have one with Kushida Ospreay, but I didn't have any with this one, actually.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's just there was a couple times where I thought you were going to do that, because there was a couple times where I can't remember, there was like a couple of times where they used a couple of combo finishers, and like, well, that should really kind of, if you're going to put that much offense in, maybe that should have been the end. But it turned out that the action and the drama after that sequence and after that kick out just went up. It just went, knocked over my bullet. Sorry. Bullet Club. Firearm Club. So yeah, you were, anybody who I was going to say, if you had a problem with that, you were just wrong, because the drama just kept peaking and peaking and peaking. It was, I I can't really point to any particular spots in the match other than those two couple of sections. I think it was Tanahashi that hit. I can't remember what it was. He hit something big and then hit a high fly flow, like a really awesome high fly flow, and then your boy Okada kicked out, and then I think Okada only needed one Rainmaker to win, didn't he? I don't think he hit more than one in the whole match.
I think he hit 2 in the match, but he hit only 1 in the finishing sequence.
You could be right. I don't remember him hitting. I remember him distinctly hitting at least one lariat, but it was not a Rainmaker. But he did hit a series of very fine drop kicks. There's nobody in the business that does a better drop kick than Okada. That's just the end of the story.
I need Sonata versus Okada. Nothing but drop kicks.
Sonata Okada. They did that match. It was really good. There was drop kicks.
No. I require like 100% of his drop kicks.
I require multiple Sonata matches.
All other moves are illegal in this match. Only pins and drop kicks.
Only drop kicks, no other thing. Oh, War of the Worlds Day 1 was on fucking the other day. And Day 2. We should probably watch some ROH New Japan, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, podcast over. We're going to go watch wrestling. Bye.
No, we got to talk about Backlash.
Okay. It was bad.
It's Backlash time. I'm going to ignore the pre-show. Didn't watch it. Don't want to watch it.
Yes, you did. Don't lie.
No, I did not.
You watched every single second and at no time ran like a screaming coward. So here we are, watching Backlash. AJ Styles versus Nakamura, spoiler alert, was a double ball shot, double count out in a no DQ match. And then I go to take a piss, and I come back and Mike is fucking gone. Not on TeamSpeak, nothing. No explanation. And I can hear this horrible screaming echo.
I left you a message.
You did not.
I left you a text message.
Did. Oh, no, I left you a text message. I believe that text message reads, "You whore," in all caps.
No, that was the follow-up. I left a message saying, "I give up, I tap out."
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Let me see. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to fucking track down the text message that I sent. It is pretty accurate.
No. The text I sent you was on TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
The follow-up was via cell phone, "You whore."
So yeah, I come back and Mike's gone, and I read the thing, and it says in all caps, "You whore, this was your idea," because Mike wanted me to wait. He's like, "No, we'll watch it. We'll watch it tomorrow. No, okay, not today, but tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure. We'll watch it tomorrow." Okay, fine, because I just wanted to skip through it. I heard it was bad. I didn't need to be put through the whole thing. I didn't need to watch the whole goddamn pay-per-view. But I almost did because of fucking you. And I come back and you've left me. You son of a fucking Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens run to the back motherfucker. And then later in the week he tries to steal my nicknames for people and claim them as his own. Fucking delusional heel. He's gone full coward delusional heel.
I did not claim that I came up with Cruncherelli. I just said that I used it.
You son. Therefore, you have to watch the next 17,000 episodes of Raw on half speed. Actually, that might be hilarious.
Can I just save us all a bunch of time and hang myself in my closet?
I mean, that would be inconvenient and less entertaining for me. But that actually, I'm thinking about that now. Watching, we got to try that one time. Can we just? We need to get like a copy of an episode of Raw and put it on half speed and listen. Like we got to find one where we got a Stephanie promo.
Fuck. We would both go running and screaming away from the computer, sir.
No, it's gonna be hilarious because you. It'll be hilarious. Come on, man.
Without any further delay, let's get to Backlash.
Right, you get to Backlash. I'm gonna go grab a couple more ice cubes and fill in my glass.
So Backlash. We opened up with the Intercontinental title match. Seth Rollins defending against Miz. This was perfectly fine. I enjoyed this. There were two things I didn't really really like three things, if we're going to be honest. Number one is that the tune-up for the stomp doesn't really work. You're not Shawn Michaels. Don't do that. Super kick kind of works because you got to let the guy get up before you can do it. But you're doing a tune-up for a stomp that you're going to jump on the guy's head. Like, you don't need him to get up. Just stomp him. Just go. There was also a Rainmaker V-trigger knee thing on the apron where it was obvious that Seth Rollins was going to clobber the ring post, so that's dumb when you have a surgically repaired knee. Don't do that again. And then he just had some really inconsistent knee selling. Ended up retaining with the stomp. It was, for a while, the best match of the night. I've never been as big on Seth Rollins as a lot of other people are. A lot of people have like top 5 performer and so on. I just don't see it. But that's just me. Then we moved on to Nia Jax defending against Alexa Bliss.
Oh my God, you're not even done a whole match yet. What the fuck?
I had a lot to say. I have a lot to say about Seth Rollins, sir.
Fair enough. And then we had Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. It didn't make any fucking sense because Alexa Bliss spent 9 minutes kicking the shit out of somebody 4 times her size and then just kind of lost.
I believe only 3 times her size, but aside from that is entirely accurate. Yeah, this was bad.
They're overhyping. I assume they're overhyping Alexa Bliss's actual weight.
No, I think it's probably bang on. Yeah, this was not good. This was the start of bad things. Then we moved on to a Samoa Joe interview, which I enjoyed, except for you pointed out that the interview bot looks all happy to see her. I'm like, this is the heel badass of the company. Show a little terror.
I noticed that about 2-3 weeks ago, and I've been sort of keeping track. They all seem either mindlessly happy to just be doing a job, or completely just robotic. Just kind of, hi, I am asking a question now. Microphone to interviewee time. It's either completely robotic or they're blissed out happy to just kind of be on camera. There's no, and I've seen some diatribes. I've seen some Samoa Joe like terrifying shit. I've seen Braun Strowman be all bellowy and crazy. I've seen your boy Large Cassius just kind of rah 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 rah, and they're all just kind of like, oh, that's a very interesting point. Hee hee hee.
That's what Vince wants.
I guess. I mean, if he can't make the female wrestlers strip down to their fucking underwear, it's the only thing he can control, I guess.
Then
in regards to women.
Then we had Randall Keith Orton challenging Jeff Hardy for the U.S. title. This was fine. I don't really have anything else to say about it.
It was an match. It happened. And moving on to Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Okay,
well, so we had the Elias segment in the meantime.
Did we?
We did.
Can I take this bullet on my desk and just push it into my temple really hard? Will that work?
Well, I mean, parts of the Elias segment were good.
Here it comes.
So we had an Elias segment with the New Day interrupting him. Rusev Day came out. And then we got the whole No Way Jose with Bobby Roode, the Fashion Police, and Titus Worldwide.
Oh, yeah.
Conga line.
Highlight of the night.
Indeed. And Bobby Roode and No Way Jose got to have a little shine put on them. So, hey, No Way Jose, more than just a jobber maybe on the main roster?
Yeah,
hopefully.
He could probably be, the upper mid-card jobber is probably where Vince is going to put him.
In fairness, that's more than I expected.
He's a big dude. He brings a lot of personality. That's really all you need when it comes to Vince. Got some chest hair? Motherfucker's got chest hair. Fucking dude's in.
Mm-hmm. Then we had Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
Large Cassius.
This was pretty good. Daniel Bryan went over at the Yes Lock.
So there's a little background on this.
Go ahead.
Apparently, you remember like a couple weeks back, probably it was by now, where Grande Cassius brought out the little person?
Yeah.
And so the segment was supposed to be bring out little person, do heel things, kick little person in face, big boot style, end. Cass wanted to do an extended beatdown afterwards, so he talked to the people, which really shouldn't even be a thing. This is how bad it is in the Wobbly Wobbly Beat. You shouldn't even have to talk to people. You should just do it. They said no. Big boot, walk out, nothing else. Cash apparently disagreed with this and went over their heads to Vince. Vince also said fucking no. Just big boot, walk out, be a heel. Cass did it anyway. He gave him a big boot and then extended beatdown stomp. So there's apparently heat on Cass for doing his goddamn job and being a goddamn heel. Because some micromanaging piece of shit won't let heels be heels and do heel things.
Well, it's not PC to stomp on a little person, I guess.
That's why it's a heel.
I know. But they don't like you when you push the envelope that far.
Fuck people.
It's not the Attitude Era. We're not actually competing with anyone. We don't need the ratings.
Yeah, well, that's only going to go so far until they don't have any money coming in.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're still bringing in record profits, boss.
I don't... you know what? I'd need you to go in and really look at the books because that might just be all on paper.
No. Well, the thing is here is as much as they're getting less revenue from TV, ratings, etc., the actual product, the problem is that you have more options, more revenue streams for distribution of your merch than ever before. Worldwide, ways of selling it, internet merchandise, etc., and that's always going to make up for a large chunk of what you lost off the product.
I suppose, but it's going to be a self-defeating cycle.
Eventually. Eventually. It's at some point. At some point,
all the limbs on the octopus are just going to retreat and wither up and die because there's just no one watching your product anymore.
Well, we've honestly seen this. The average age of WWE fans are going up because you're not creating new fans.
Yeah.
You're creating old fans who are taking their kids to see stuff. The kids buy a bunch of stuff and you milk them for a while, but then they hit 14, 15 years old and they're done with wrestling.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's just kid stuff. And I used to like it when I was a kid.
And the problem...
They haven't changed. They haven't evolved. They haven't done anything to evolve with a generation that is aging.
And exactly. And the problem is are those kids that are now 10 to 12 years old... They get to about 15, they stop watching wrestling. Are they going to take their kids, aka the next generation, to the show? My thoughts are at a lower percentage.
Yeah. Well, it might be. You're like, oh yeah, I remember when I was a kid, my dad took me to SmackDown, and I got to shake Bobby Lashley's 19 sisters' hands. And they were very nice. You know what? I'll take my kid to one show one time too. I guess. Is that the amount of money they're trying to invest in?
Yeah, well, that's kind of my point is that the reason you're getting so much money right now is there are a lot of kids being taken to wrestling shows by guys who have fond memories of wrestling into their teens. Possibly 20s. For Attitude Era and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get that in the next generation... You're going to get a diminishing returns of people showing up to the show and wanting the merch and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem.
That is going to be the problem.
But we got a pretty good match here. We got Daniel Bryan winning, which is good because I thought Cass was going to win.
Yeah, I think the original plan was for Cass to win just so that he could get a big heel rub at the expense of literally all the money in the world you could be making now.
My thing is, I think you could have beaten Daniel Bryan here and had him win the comeback. Because we love the underdog, we want to cheer for it, and in order to create the underdog, he does have to lose periodically.
Yeah, and I think it could have worked very, very well had they employed any kind of professionals at all. Because the commentators for the week or 2 week build-up for this, I think it's 2 weeks or 3 week build-up to this, needed to be selling the fact that Daniel Bryan has not wrestled in years. He might not be on his top form. No one's talking about that. No one even mentioned it. No, there's not a hint of it. There's no slight anything.
To me, it's two things. It's number one is that you didn't have the announcer selling it properly, but number two that Big Cass is the wrong guy to give Daniel that L.
Yeah, I could... Well, yes and no. Yes, you're right, but no, because again, if you're selling it right, if you're selling this as Daniel Bryan shaking off the rust, dusting off the cobwebs, he's going to stumble. Bad things are going to happen. He's actually the perfect guy for this, because if you give him the big win here, and then add great fucking testicles aflame or whatever the next pay-per-view is going to be. Then Daniel Bryan's had a couple more weeks, like 3 or 4 more weeks, to get his shit together and really kind of get the engine back running, and then Big Cass gets a fucking beat down.
Yeah, I could see that working, but then I think you end up I think you don't really raise Big Cass's stock any, whereas with someone else, I think you could raise the stock.
And
someone who could give a better match.
I'm going to go again with yes and no. Yes, you're completely right, but it's early on in Big Cass's singles career, so he could, at this point, it does not matter.
Spoiler alert, I don't think Big Cass is around in 5 years.
You're probably not wrong, but if Vince wants to make any money out of him right now, it doesn't matter. Like he can take a big
it's not bad
right now, and then a month later he's kicking the shit out of fucking.
This just goes back to the whole. I watch Big Cass wrestle and wait for him to get injured. That's just all that is. Like I believe Vince wants to make money off Big Cass. I believe he sees dollar signs on Big Cass because he's a big, good-looking dude. And that has always been the way to get to Vince's, I was going to say brain, but let's be honest, throbbing penis is really the answer. And but I just watch him wrestle and go, man, that is a blown ACL waiting to happen.
Yeah, he moves badly. He needs DDP yoga. Also,
he needs flexibility in his fucking legs. That's what he needs.
Also, if I don't see a sign in the crowd, a T-shirt made by somebody, Mike, you might want to get in your graphic design phase right now. I'm going to lay some shit on you to make a T-shirt.
Okay.
I like Big Cass and I cannot lie. If I don't see that somewhere, man, someone's fucking up so hard. The hardest anyone's ever fucked up before. You cannot tell me that you can't have this giant bully kicking, like, specifically I want him to target smaller guys. I want him to go can we put Cass on 205 Live and just have him blatantly pay off the fucking guys weighing him in, like, 204.9.
I want you to layer that a little bit more. I want it to be like a post-traumatic stress disorder because of Enzo.
Yeah. He's
pulling the Ned Flanders in the bell tower. There's Enzo. There's Enzo too. Yeah, that's Enzo.
The last time I saw him, he was here. I'm gonna keep looking for him. You can't hide him forever. And then somebody's wearing like somebody's wearing like the Ollie Davis jacket at some point. And he's like, there he is, and fucking stomp the shit out of him. And happens to be your boy Spudrick. Oops. And then Spudrick's off TV for 3 weeks, and Big Cass runs wild.
I'd enjoy.
Damn, I'm good at booking.
I would enjoy all of this.
I'm so good at booking.
And that's about where the nice things about this card end, because we're diving off a cliff. We're going off the cliff.
Okay, so they jobbed out Charlotte Flair for no. Actually, so background on this one. Are you ready?
Ready.
Apparently, Charlotte Flair ruptured a breast implant before WrestleMania. She's apparently currently operating on like 1.5 titties.
1.5 titty.
She is scheduled to take some time off to get surgery, and last week at a house show, she got fucking kicked in the mouth, and 2 teeth might be broken. So
bad time to be Charlotte.
Yeah, so in retrospect, this kind of makes sense because you don't want your champion to have, no time on TV, and you've got an immediate scapegoat.
The problem is that none of this makes sense, even with that put into play.
No, totally. Like, they booked it entirely wrong.
Yeah.
But like, from a pure, like, personnel standpoint, you're like, fuck, shit, okay. Get the title off her now, and at least she can give the heel some sort of a rub before she's off TV.
problem,
like that on paper, that makes total sense. But the way they did it is the worst way they possibly could have done it.
my problem is multi-phased here. Number one, you had her end the streak on 1.5 titties to then job out to Carmella to lose the belt. So you've lost the streak and the prestige of that. It would be like if The Undertaker had lost to Brock Lesnar and then Brock Lesnar promptly lost 2-3 matches in a row.
Yeah.
And it's even worse because you're losing to Carmella, who is not a serious wrestler, and you cannot get her over. You can't. Not as a wrestler.
It's impossible.
It's not possible. And in this match in particular, you had the problem that she won clean. Clean as a sheet. Absolutely clean. This was not a dirty win in any way. This was Charlotte going for a moonsault or whatever, hurting her knee, getting kicked in the back of the leg, and getting pinned. Didn't even get hit with a finisher. Oh my god. This was such a bad idea. Why is Asuka not the champion right now because she ruptured the titty before Mania? Or at the very least, have this be a dirty loss. Have the Iconics come out there and interfere or something, as much as I hate seeing them on TV.
Sir, I believe we've agreed to call them the Colonics.
The Colonics. As much as I hate seeing the Colonics on TV, like, give Charlotte an out. This is terrible.
Yeah, this is the worst. You didn't give Asuka an out. Clean win against Asuka. You didn't give your champion the only credible female wrestler except for Ruby Riott on that entire. I can't even remember. At this point, I don't remember who's on what brand.
Riott's on Raw now.
Because
they basically flopped the Riot Squad for the Absolution Girls.
Oh right, okay. Anyway, I don't remember who's where, but. You have very few. There goes. I'm fucking sorry. You have very, very few female wrestlers who have credibility. Talent completely aside. I'm talking about credibility here. Fucking Charlotte Flair has credibility. Asuka has credibility. Becky Lynch has credibility. Bayley and Sasha Banks have credibility. Carmella has no credibility at all. Zero. None. Which is why you can have her be the delusional heel. I mean, everybody else on the roster is a delusional heel too, so no one buys any of your delusional heels at all.
Yeah.
So that's a problem, but you can't give a Carmella or the Carmella or a Carmella-esque type person, you can't give them a clean win over somebody like a Charlotte Flair. Unless they have legit wrestling skills that are going to take them through the next 8 to 9 months of their wrestling career as champion. Because that's what you're going to have. You just gave them a clean win over the one who got the clean win over the streak. So the person you just beat the unstoppable monster. You are, using MMA or WWE math, you are now Triple Monster Killer 5000. And you can't even wrestle. What the fuck?
Yep. It was sad watching Charlotte have to sell her rear chinlock.
Yeah, rest Holdemania.
Yeah, and really sell it too. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god! Her hairs are so bristly!
Then we went to Nakamura versus Styles.
It's like a hog! It's like a hog's arm is wrapped in... Oh god! Sorry, what?
I probably could have accepted Nakamura versus Styles more if it didn't come directly after that Charlotte versus Carmella match.
Yeah, it really poisoned the well.
Because, number one, so congratulations, your SmackDown title match went on third to last.
Yeah.
Behind a tag match for nothing, and a singles match for
nothing.
Not even particularly developed feuds.
No.
So that was terrible placement. We had a no DQ match that had, frankly, not enough plunder, not enough rule breaking really to make this worthwhile.
No, this is a no DQ match with no weapon. There was a little bit of weaponry.
A little bit of chair involved. We had
See, you've got a no DQ match, which I know is not a hardcore match, but a no DQ match is a hardcore match, so you can fucking suck my dick. And there's no reason to have a no DQ match unless you are going to employ things that will get you disqualified. So fucking get interesting, you dumb fucking cunts in the back with your goddamn clipboards, and let AJ Styles and Nakamura do a match on their own, you goddamn worthless pieces of garbage.
I also have this actually was my New Japan moment of the week when Nakamura goes to top rope, hits an avalanche Kinshasa on Styles, who kicks out.
Yeah.
Kill the move, why don't you kill it?
Yeah, avalanche Kinshasa. That is it. That is over. That is 3 matches over. That is done. Yeah, boy.
Anyways, probably we did have a bit of a scary moment with the chair when AJ threw the chair into Nakamura's knee, and then it came flying back into his face.
Yeah. So Nakamura grabs this chair, right, and puts it on top of AJ's chest, and then he goes out and grabs a baseball bat. Oh no, that's a different match.
That's Sami Callihan. And in the end, we get a double countout match with when they both just wail on each other's balls and end up down for a 10 count.
Yeah, which is fine, but I don't need it to occupy 20 minutes plus on my goddamn wrestling card. Just have them fucking, okay, one arm tied behind my back match, and then you just both European uppercut each other's nuts until neither of you can move. That takes 5 minutes tops if you're sadistic.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing.
Can you alert the big dog? I need that to be a thing. Not with me, but...
I mean, also when you have Nakamura, why did Nakamura not come out and just immediately kick him in the balls?
Yeah,
that's what he's been doing.
Match. Kick him in the balls 3 times, pin him.
Yeah, this was dumb.
Oh, kick him in the balls 3 times. Texas Cloverleaf.
We had a slight bright spot with the Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman versus Sami and KO match because
I would like to point out that Mio had run screaming from the building at this point.
Yeah, I'd run after the Nakamura match.
I did not watch the next 2 matches. I just skipped to the end to see who won the matches, which honestly I could have just gone on Wikipedia at that point.
I will say some nice things about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in this one. They did a great job. They did a fantastic job of what they were given. They teased a lot of tension between the two. There was a bit where they were throwing each other to the walls, which was pretty fun. And the only odd thing was Bobby Lashley as babyface in peril is a bit fucking weird.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Are they really punishing Lashley for working for TNA? Is that what's happening right now?
I guess.
Is Michael Hayes that giant racist fuck? Allegedly. Allegedly. I'm going to try and say that as much like Squirrely Dan as I can. Allegedly racist fuck. So, yeah, Bobby Lashley had kind of an interesting debut on the Raw after WrestleMania. And you were commenting on this, and that's something I noticed right away. Right away, as soon as he came out on the Raw after WrestleMania and did the spot with Elias, he is not strong. Like, are all of those muscles?
He looks noticeably smaller, actually, because there was a bit where Sami Zayn was on his back in this match, working kind of a rear naked choke, rear chin lock type thing. And I'm going, man, I expected Bobby to be a lot bigger than Sami, and it's
he's not.
It's not quite.
Well, and I had a similar reaction on NXT, which we'll get to. But I don't know what they're doing, and then they made him do this shitty fucking retard-ass interview thing on Raw that week, where he just kind of cringingly talks about his sisters, and I mean, he looked good. Like, he dresses nice. That's awesome. But is he almost the same size as Renee Young? Because he looked small. Like, he does not look like a big dude.
Because he is a big dude, but he's not looking big right now.
I don't understand.
And his ability to do a lot of his power moves doesn't seem to be there.
No.
Like in this one,
I said, I noticed right away. As soon as he hoisted Elias up to do that standing suplex, that guy got shaky real quick.
Yeah.
And did not, that was a lot of I don't often give props to Elias because I just don't pay attention to his character. It's fucking hacky. But props to Elias. That dude kept his balance real well and helped Lashley out as much as a person can possibly do in that particular position. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is like, we got to bury our biggest threat to the title because we can't have that right now, even though the title's never on TV. Apparently, and spoiler alert, apparently your boy Brock Lesnar won't be anywhere at all until like the main event of SummerSlam. So have fun with that.
Makes sense.
Not really, but okay.
It makes sense based on the current Brock Lesnar plan. I'm using Lesnar logic right here.
Lesnar logic states, I will not be anywhere until pay-per-view.
Yeah, Lashley had the same problem trying to do a jackhammer to KO at the end of this match.
Yeah.
So,
well, to be fair, KO weighs like 9,000 pounds.
That's true.
And he's enormously off-center, if you know what I mean.
Then we had Roman versus Joe. And we've seen this before, and it can be very good.
Yes.
This wasn't really. This was...
I skipped through this. Essentially, the match notes are... Samoa Joe absolutely murders Reigns. Reigns is officially a dead person and is no longer employed by the WWE. Insert rest hold for 15 minutes. Because he needs to wear down Reigns. ?
Yeah, it wasn't even good. Like, normally the Joe rest holds are good, because Joe knows how to make it look good. It wasn't here. It was not.
Correct.
And
then I honestly didn't bother watching any part of it other than just skipping here and there to get a general feel for things. And I'm pretty sure Joe just leaned on him with a rear chin lock while people walked out of the building chanting, "Beat the traffic, clap, clap, clappity clap, beat the traffic." And then Reigns, like, kind of, I guess, gave him a Superman punch and won.
And,
is that accurate?
No, it was a spear.
Super Spearman.
Joe got Roman up for, looked like he was going to do a muscle buster, which I knew he wasn't going to do because that's basically a banned move in WWE. And had Roman got off of him and speared him and pinned him. And yay.
Hey.
So yes, Backlash, really bad pay-per-view. Don't watch it if you haven't. I don't know if I would go as far as say worst ever, because I can remember some shit.
Yeah, I don't know about worst ever, but this is definitely worst of the decade, probably.
It's bad.
Somebody pointed, I was actually Wrestle Talk. They had a video today as like top or pay-per-views worse than Backlash. And they pointed out WrestleMania 9. I was like, oh yeah! That was really bad.
Yep. Then we went on to 205 Live. We opened up with Gentlemen with a Plan versus the Lucha House Party with manager Kalisto, which is a good call because Kalisto's the worst wrestler of the three.
Go Kalisto.
And commentary
was Lucha versus Winter.
Yeah, commentary was joined by a very smartly dressed, very well-dressed Drew Gulak.
I have a few notes. One question is, are the Rattle Spinners racist?
Not really.
Is it just kind of, I guess, caricature, I suppose?
Caricature is more the answer, yeah.
A slick kid and play reference from Drew Gulak. Well done, sir. Many high fives and kudos.
Well, Drew Gulak won me over by making a very early on Lindsay Dorito reference.
Yes. Dude, second person that week to steal my lines. Well done. And two, was Gulak racist towards Percy Jackson?
Probably.
I can't remember. There was one particular comment towards the last quarter of the match, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a little on the line." I think.
I wouldn't surprise me.
But this
for the record, the Lindsay Dorito thing is not your bit. That's Mitch Ryder's bit.
Probably, yeah. I have not heard him say it, but I would not question it.
That was his thing.
I can't possibly be the first person to say it.
Yeah. That was the first person I ever heard say it was Mitch Ryder during one of the King of Trios tournaments where it was just, we're going up against that Lindsay Dorito guy. We're gonna roll him. We're gonna destroy him. His teammates for that were one was Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney. So there.
Oh, nice. But yeah, this was just the same match I've seen. This is the problem. I'm gonna keep saying this for like 205 Live and NXT probably. is this was the same match I've seen already before. This is the same match that the Cruel Winters had against everybody. This is the same match that the Lucha House Party has had against everybody. Combined, they are the same matches. I've seen both of these matches before multiple times. Nothing new.
Well, that's what happens when you limit. 1, you have a very small roster size. 2, you limit everyone to about 8 moves. 3, outside of the finishers, they are the same 8 moves.
3rd, steal my line for the very nice. Well done, sir. And then we had a Bundy Murray promo, which was just very scripted stuff that I've heard everybody say before, and I don't give a fucking shit.
Yeah.
And then we had your boy.
Actually, I had the problem where it's just the weight cut led to my loss, and then stop cutting too much weight.
Yeah. Then we had your boy Anthony Nice versus Le Jabier.
Keith Clayball.
The only reason anybody knows who this guy is because his name is Keith motherfucking Clayball. And my first note is fucking Clayball? And then the second note is, quote, launching Clayball. Very fucking nice. Nicely done, gentlemen. I thought it was a good beatdown. This is a good jobber squash. But again, this is the same bunch of stuff that I've seen Anthony Nice do against literally everybody.
Also, with Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy having their interactions, does this mean we're just going back to Tony Nese the heel?
I hope so.
I don't, just because it seems like a waste of a turn. That they didn't really give a chance.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're totally not wrong. They did have some identification there, some sympathy, but what I want out of an Anthony Nice is I want like the overwhelmingly powerful heel.
Oh, I prefer him infinitely as a heel. Yeah. I'm just saying it feels like a waste to turn him face and do nothing with it and then go back to being heel.
Yeah, that's true. But again, this goes back to my point. Like these are the same things I've seen Tony Nese do. Week after these were the same things I saw him do in the match that I loved against Drew Gulak. Him versus Drew Gulak in that the first round of the title tournament or the title tournament. That dude, everybody needs to go back and watch that match. That match is great. All of the R's you could throw into great. But it's the same. It's different psychology, different pacing. The moves are in different spots, but they're the same moves that I saw here. There was nothing I saw that was new. Although the sweep kick on the apron was pretty cool. But yeah, again, nothing new, nothing I haven't seen before. Enjoyable because it's just a jobber squash against somebody named fucking Clayball.
I like Nigel trying to explain that Clayball was a serious dude while mispronouncing his name. That was pretty good.
I've heard of this Clayball. I've heard of him. That was good. I like that.
He also mispronounced his name a couple times while trying to big up him. That was pretty good.
Yeah, but that's just heel stuff. I love that. Just thinking, oh yeah, I've heard of this Keith Clayball guy. And we had a promo between Cedric and Spudrick, which they gave away the finish for the match, their main event. So, yeah. And in retrospect, who really wants to see Cedric versus Ali for the 93rd time? Who gives a shit?
If you could give me a good match, sure, but they haven't.
Yeah. No, they have not.
They've given me, acceptable matches, but not pay-per-view worthy stuff.
Exactly. It's barely TV worthy, honestly. After their very first match was great. Which I believe that wasn't the semifinals for the tournament, but it was before the tournament started, I believe. One of the matches they had was
it was during the tournament to face Enzo that Cedric won,
right,
and then didn't get a title shot.
Right, yeah, no, that's the match to watch.
Which, by the way, congratulations 205 Live for having the most number one contender matches not lead to a title shot, because you had Cedric, and then you had Buddy Murphy not get a title shot after winning a tournament. Or a fatal four-way.
Fat Murphy's a fat ass. which led us to our main event of the evening, which was your boy Bundy Murray versus Mufasa something or other.
I was just as a side note, I found he's just reminded me of easily the most Irish name I think I've ever seen. I work at accounts receivable, and I'm phoning up someone, and their AP contact was Seamus McMurphy. I'm like, damn. Wow, that is the most Irish name ever.
That's the palest Irish you're ever going to find.
Yeah,
I was sure you were going to cap that up with a patio furniture joke, but c'est la vie. So your boy Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. Basically, I've seen this match before. I thought it was really funny that the crowd started to "Let's go Ali" chant. So I guess they're big Wrestle Talk fans. There's a shitload. Buddy Murphy uses a shitload of rest holds in this match, which is kind of not good for a dynamic young heel. He did hit a derailer, which was fucking great, but wasn't the finish? Question mark. I had a New Japan moment there. But my next note is, well, at least he can finally hit a finisher without botching the shit out of it. He hit the triple powerbomb spot, which I'm going to now name the 3 White Boomers. If you're not familiar with that, I think it's called 6 White Boomers or something. It's some Australian Christmas song because they don't have reindeer; they have kangaroos, and which they refer to the biggest ones as boomers, I think. There was a fantastic spot where Buddy Murphy does a dive to the outside, and Ali kicks him straight in the fucking chops. That was the highlight of the night. That was great. To which I only have super kick in all caps.
Super kick party.
And then the match just kind of went more kind of pedestrian, middle of the road stuff for me. Yeah.
Yeah, Murphy gets the win with the Murphy's Law,
which he actually hit this time. Wow.
Yep. He'll get a title shot at. Well, actually, I say he'll get a title shot, but this is NXT or this is 205. He might not.
NX5. Yeah, so that was pretty much 205 Live. It was a bunch of stuff I've already seen.
And then it was NXT or NX3.
It could be either. We start out with your boy Ricochet.
Ricochet, one of a kind.
A.K.A. Rick O'Socks.
A.K.A. Prince Puma.
He took a ton of shit. He comes down with slip-on shoes, no socks, and his pant cuffs were kinda high to display the fact that he's not wearing socks. And people aren't chanting in the crowd, but you've got like 5 or 6 people in the crowd. Just every time he says something or poses something in the form of a question, they're like, socks? 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 It's like, I've got what? And finally he built up to some crescendo of something. And I got one thing on my mind, and people are like, socks? He's like, no, it's not socks. And then the crowd just popped huge, and the crowd loved it. The crowd loved him after that. That's how you fucking get over. That's how you organically just win the crowd. You have to be able to improv. You have to be able to get people on your side.
Which you're not allowed to do on the main roster, by the way.
Not allowed. Fuck, somebody just throw Vince in a garbage can. And then your boy Velveteen Dream came out to interrupt, which apparently they've been going back and forth on Twitter for like months now, which nobody cares about. And my note here is Velveteen looking like a disco Steve Urkel. What the fuck?
A little bit.
But I will give props because with 10 seconds of Velveteen coming down and talking some shit, he got the one and only chant over in 10 seconds or less. Like, that's some quality stuff right there. My overall impressions for this promo was that it was basically like watching Donahue at 11 a.m. with a hangover. Overall, this whole shit was bad, awkward, kind of off-putting, and just not well done. And I can chalk that up to Ricochet's not really the best promo.
Never been a particularly amazing promo.
he's really good when you get him fucking pissed off and fired up. But don't just have him go out there and try and relate to people, unless he's doing the Rico Socks thing, in which case, holy shit, goddamn, that was good. He's like, no, it's not fucking socks. They're like, oh yeah, all right, he's on our side. Like I said, pissed off and angry. He's like, no, it's not fucking socks. But this was just kind of cringy, and Dream is just not up to. He was very obviously reading lines off the back of his eyelids, and he was told what to say, and it didn't work. And Ricochet is not a good enough promo to kind of carry the whole shit scenario. And
it's
it
not
just
Samoa Joe.
It just was like poorly ground black pepper at this point. He's like, oh, that's a big chunk. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, that's not great.
Then we had Ethan Carter III against Raul Mendoza.
I have one note for this. It says, I didn't expect anything out of a Mendoza match, and my expectations were met.
Hey, I thought it was an okay squashy.
It was an match that apparently happened.
Then we had Britt and Bruiser trying to get Pete Dunne kind of on their side for the first six-man match next week.
I love their technique. Was it Birch straight up called Pete Dunne a garbage person? Just like, you're a piece of fucking shit, but we could probably beat him. And Pete Dunne's like, fuck you, and just pisses off back into the change room.
I'm looking forward to that match, though. I'm looking forward to that.
It's like, that was a unique fucking experience for me. I've never watched anybody insult somebody and then just assume that they were on board.
Then we had Dakota Kai versus Vanessa Bourne.
This was way better than I thought it was going to be.
This was fine. Everything was okay. My first note here, though, is what the hell's with Vanessa Bourne's dominatrix one glove look? I don't want Michael Jackson whipping me.
Yeah, that's probably true. But I'm fine with the rest of the outfit. There was she's so cringy, dude. It is, dude, bro, dude, bro, guy. She is like totally cringy and stuff, bro. When she stood up and went, Chief Amy! And the crowd's like, what? Like, she didn't even get a heel pop. The crowd was genuinely like, what?
It was a bit weird.
Like, just startled and taken aback. Like, this is weird. Why would anybody say that out loud with their mouth? And then Dakota Kai basically used her kicks to kick the shit out of Vanessa Bourne. And then we had ya boy, and by ya boy I mean ya girl, Shayna come out.
Shayna Baszler.
Intimidate Dakota Kai, who didn't try to stop her from beating up on Bourne, and then kind of scampered to the back. The only way this works, and it's not working to get Shayna over, because Shayna's over like a fucking ballistic missile. Shayna is over as fuck.
Fairness, the idea here is that they're trying to get Kai over. I mean,
it's not working.
No, it's not working.
It's not working at all.
No, it's not.
It's actually devaluing Shayna. It's hurting Shayna right now. Maybe
some people who got bullied as kids and were terrified that bullies can relate to this, I guess. I can't. I was a kid that got bullied a lot, but my solution was to fucking break noses.
Yeah, my solution was to just cap on them verbally until they cried and went running for a teacher.
Like, there's a reason that I had various conversations with the principal of my school from about the first grade on to the fourth grade about, you really can't hit people. I don't know, it seems to be the only thing that works.
True story. So there's been a couple of occasions. I don't think I've had to throw a punch in anger since I was in grade 6, because that was a hell of a punch. Like, I borderline dislocated this kid's jaw with one shot because he wouldn't stop. Like, I was trying to read my book at recess. Fucking kid wouldn't leave me alone. So I threw an overhand right Chuck Liddell style, and this kid, like, went down like a sack of shit. And I went back to reading my book, and when I was coming back in from recess, the teacher's like, come with me, you're going to the office.
Yeah, I had a somewhat similar experience. People started leaving me alone after I broke this kid named Clayton's cheekbone and nose.
That'll do the trick.
And everyone was like, yeah, no, we're cool. Except for this one kid, Mitch. But Mitch legitimately was psychopathic.
Mitch is a dick.
At one point, we had this big kid named Warren, like real big kid, like overweight kid. And at one point, Mitch, who is not a big kid, picks up Warren and throws him into a door, breaks the door. So Mitch had what you call psycho strength.
That sounds like a hell of a match. Somebody book that kid. Yeah, so the whole bullying Dakota Kai. So you've got your top heel, your top anything, your top female wrestler bullying someone no one knows. There's no face heat on Dakota Kai other than people kind of like her because she's spunky and cute. And she's got that go-getter attitude up until, apparently she gets under pressure. If this is a way to... Dude, if this is them building the next Bayley, to which Kai, over the next year...
Bayley was never this terrified.
But I'm saying, well, maybe they're trying to go for a deeper extreme. Maybe they are trying to go from, like, the PTSD bullied kid to... like the ultimate ass kicker. Maybe they're trying to do that. And maybe over the next year, 2 years, we get to see that evolution. In which case, I'll probably have forgotten about all this shit. But right now, it's hurting your top heel, your champion, and it's not helping.
I think it's less even hurting Baszler. It is hurting Baszler, but I think the bigger problem is I think it's hurting the division.
Yeah.
Because you've got nothing going on in this division right now.
They've got 2 or 3 top challengers right now that aren't even on TV because they're devoting time to this storyline.
And Lacey Evans.
That doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah. So none of this makes sense, and I don't like it, and they should stop doing it unless, again, if this is a long-term, but this should be an incidental thing. This should be Baszler doing her thing against these challengers, these top challengers. And then when they have, like, every third week they have Dakota Kai on, Shayna also shows up and also does these things. But they're doing nothing with Shayna, and they're doing nothing with Dakota Kai. This is her first win in, 8 months, 6 months? How long was it?
She won another match, I think. She beat Lacey Evans.
How long ago was that?
Last time she was on the show.
Okay, good. And before that, she wasn't on the show. So,
well, before that, she's had basically 3 matches on NXT. She lost to Baszler and has now beat Lacey Evans and beat Vanessa Bourne.
Cool. I didn't. Honestly, it's not memorable enough for me to even recall that stuff.
No,
that's how
not.
bad this is. But that leads us into our next promo, which I almost fucking skipped because I was so over this girl. They had a Dakota Kai promo, which was bad because it's the same one note they've been smashing with a hammer for the last.
I'm scared as shit.
6 months. I'm very terrified, even though I have wrestling talent and I can kick people really fucking hard.
I'm captain of the kick.
Yeah, she's the kicking Kiwi. She's cute as shit. And goddammit, what the fuck? Jesus. Anyway, stop smashing E major and move on to something else, or C sharp, or whatever the fuck kind of shrill piece of shit note this is. But, Nikki motherfucking Cross was on hand, and my note says, this could be the best team up ever. This could be the best thing. What if this is this is the beginning of a training montage? Everybody needs a montage. This could be the best thing that's ever happened in the world. But it probably won't be, so I'm kind of quietly very hopeful. I don't know if this is going to be a Cross Kai team up. I don't know if this is just Nikki Cross re-emerging into the title scene, and this is just her, they just wanted to tease you until next week or the week after when Nikki Cross comes down and goes ham on Shayna Baszler. But if it's a team-up, I want to see the team-up. I'd almost rather see the team-up than Nikki Cross getting pushed as a singles person. Is that weird?
I could go either way.
Yeah. I could too.
I like everyone involved in this feud. I just don't like the core concept.
Yeah.
Then we had Heavy Machinery versus the War Raiders. Bad name, great wrestlers.
So I got two takeaways from this. A, this was not a very good match. B, Heavy Machinery is so much bigger than the War Machine. Holy fuck!
Oh, I expected that.
I didn't.
I've always said that when we were talking about War Machine signing with WWE, it was like my major concern was they are really big guys on the Indies. They will not be really big guys in WWE. Ray Rowe is going to be actually small.
Yeah, Ray Rowe is way smaller than either member of War Machine or War Machinery, heavy War Machinery.
Well, I think like in the nutshell here, you got to remember Ray Rowe is smaller than I am.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's like 240 pounds. I'm like 250.
Fatty.
And we're about the same height.
Oh, well, fuck. But yeah, so this was a massive mistake on War Machine's part. Vince will job them out for 3 or 4 years and then piss on their graves or try and re-sign them for like $5 a week. That's how this is going to go. Triple H is they're gonna get a great run in NXT. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean they squashed Heavy Machinery here. That's
pointlessly.
They beat Heavy Machinery worse than Authors of Pain did.
So they've jobbed out their top tag team to literally everybody at this point, and Heavy Machinery is still their top tag team. I don't know how Heavy Machinery does it.
I'd say Strong and O'Reilly probably the top tag team right now.
No, not even close. Heavy Machinery
I would say so.
Way more over.
I disagree.
There's not even a close second.
I disagree, man. Consider the reactions that they get is pretty fantastic. Heavy Machinery is their most over face team for sure.
I don't even honestly it's between Heavy Machinery and a way distant second place TM61. It's not even a contest. As a faction, Undisputed, yeah, no, I'm not questioning that. But if you just put the Undisputed Tag Champs out there, and then you put Heavy Machinery out there, I think there's a big difference in pop from the crowd, crowd interaction, crowd reaction, sympathy, just basic emotional response. Right now, maybe you're not. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe you're correct right now because Roddy Strong's just done the heel turn. But give it 3 months, 2 months, you'll see a massive difference. I think, in my opinion,
I can see it getting better actually, though, as the crowd gets more into O'Reilly, though, because Kyle O'Reilly is pretty fucking good.
That's very possible.
Although speaking of the air, did you notice in the credits for the Avengers there was a guy named Adam Cole in the movie?
I did notice that. I was actually gonna text you about it, but I forgot.
I had to resist the urge. We were watching the credits. I had to resist the urge to go, Adam Cole, baby!
Yeah, no, I spotted that right away. Actually, I was like, he hasn't seen it yet. I'll let that be a surprise. But yeah, no, I don't understand why they keep jobbing out. Again, in my opinion,
yeah, no,
jobbing out their top team.
Actually,
you know what? You know who's actually second place? Fuck TM61. You know who's really second place is the Brit and Bruisers.
I was gonna say, I think you're forgetting Brit and Bruisers there. Yeah.
No, yeah, the Brit and Bruisers are definitely second top team in NXT. And end of question, end of statement, it's not even up for debate.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of whether Heavy Machinery is the number one team or not, we've had our discussion about that. Either way, they've been mishandled lately tremendously badly. They've been mishandled their entire career.
You can't go back to a single point in their entire career where they weren't given...
No, I mean, the start of their career I thought was good. But yeah, once they got past the whole basically job match stage, it's been pretty bad. They did the job to the Street Profits, if I recall correctly.
That was actually the match. I have no problems with that. That was the best Street Profits match I have ever seen and may ever see. Because Heavy Machinery was able to bring personality out of them. whereas no one else can, and they just keep jigging and jibing like they've been shocked to the butthole by a really mild taser and eating invisible fucking goat soup or whatever the fuck they're doing, and keep saying swag, and no one said swag since 2015, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
so, yeah, sorry, diatribe on the Street Profits. But basically, yeah, Heavy Machinery is consistently able to bring out the absolute best in every tag team they're up against. And
I would say possibly with the exception of AOP. Who I think AOP didn't really know what to do with a team that big.
Yeah, no, I'm just putting that on AOP. But except for probably a couple matches you can point to, Heavy Machinery is the best tag team. They are the most over tag team. I would like to see them versus Britt and Bruisers and watch the crowd just fucking brains explode with who are we going to pop for? Oh, I guess we'll just pop for everything. It would be good.
Instead, also, just wound up with a job here.
Also, no one gets up from Fallout.
True.
And then we had, I believe it's called Don Ho versus Chompers. I don't...
Tommaso Ciampa versus Cassius Ohno. Once again, Chris Hero has to defend the honor of Candice LeRae.
I would like to, you may want to alert the big dog. My first note is more of a Jeopardy-style question. And it says, Fascist Ohno?
Could be interesting.
Pump kick? Pump kick could be totally put into a different perspective if he was wearing some like black boots and a brown uniform. And maybe raise an arm. Don't do it in Germany. Get fired.
Don't do it in most of Europe, frankly.
Mostly, yeah. My only other note for this match is I expected better.
I expected better. I particularly didn't like the finish because it just kind of happened with a pretty pedestrian-looking neckbreaker. This is really. I will give credit to Ohno for using way more cravats than usual. I enjoyed the shit out of the cravat spots, but I expected way better. I was not. Really, it didn't hold my attention, didn't hold my interest. Occasionally, I would look over to one of my monitors and go, cravat, very nice, and then go back to whatever I was doing on the internet. I wasn't quite as negative on it, but I was psyched up for probably a 4-star match, and what I got was
2 3/4.
I'd go to 3.
You would. Because you're a big fan of Fascist Ohno.
I am a big fan of Cassius Ohno. And Ciampa.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have seen Tommaso Ciampa versus Pentagon Jr. I have seen Chris Hero have him thumb matches, motherfucker. I have a dream where Cassius Ohno is in the Battle of Los Angeles. And he have him some matches, and they are fantastic.
I have a dream when Cassius Ohno brings out Eddie Kingston as his tag partner, only to get savagely beaten by Kingston. Oh wait, that happened.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why I went Martin Luther King into Mike Tyson, but it felt right, and that's all I'm gonna say.
So
I just expected better. It wasn't nearly as good as I was expecting, and that's kind of it for that.
Yep. Not a good week for WWE in general.
I did watch a little bit of ROH this week. I think I got, how far am I in? 20 minutes out of 50 minutes. I had to watch a match and a half with a promo. We had your boy, the Beer City Bruiser, and Brian Milonas. I believe his logo's got a mastodon skull. If you don't start calling him Mastodon Milonas, you're a fucking idiot. Versus Coast to Coast, I don't remember the guy's name. I don't want to say Mustafa Ali, but it's something or other Ali and LTG or LGT or LGBT, or I don't know what the fucking guy's name is. But it was all right. They announced, like, team number 1 coming down to the ring at a combined weight of 728 pounds. I'm like, I says, pardon? I haven't seen that since the 80s. Beer City Bruiser and Brian Balloon is 728 fucking pounds. It was a pretty good match. The guy they were hyping up, Ali, did every move very calculated, which is to say slow and deliberate, even though it was supposed to be a fast move. And then the Human Rocket LGBT, LGTB, LTGT, I don't know, like he's got some initials. It sounds really cool when the announcer says it. He's like, Hamada Ali and LGT, as coast to coast. It sounds really good when the announcer says it, so keep it up. I could really see Coast to Coast going very far if they continue to develop. If not, you're going to end up like the All Night Express, which is no slight on Rhett Titus. I'm just kind of pointing at Kenny King being a douchebag.
Wave your junk around.
Yeah, male stripper, what? We had a Jay Lethal promo, which was great, because it was all of the things. So he comes out and says, I'm going to be honest with you. Without ROH gold around my waist, I am lost. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I have no clue. So I went and talked to the office, and the office told me, if you want more shots, you got to get more wins. So I'll do you one better. I'll go back, and why is Gamora? No. I will go back, and I will defeat everybody that I've lost to in the last 6 months. And the good news is that's not a long list, because I'm very good at what I do. Dude, that was some on point shit. And that was excellent.
Jay Lethal was always on point, sir.
Correct. Why he's not in NXT, I have no idea, other than maybe he's got pride. Maybe.
I have a dream, and that dream is we get a little Ric Flair music on NXT. And welcome Jay Flair.
That would be awesome. What if he has? That would be. So I need that to happen. No, I need him just to debut as Jay Lethal, and then he gets a Cassius Ohno kick to the head or cravat pump kick thingy plex, and he gets a little brain trauma, and so then he vacillates between regular Jay Lethal, Black Machismo, and Jay Flair.
And throw all your clothes, Rick.
Ooh yeah, throw all your clothes. That's what I want, because it is desirable.
Indeed.
And I got to watch part of a match between Will, aka Little Willie Ferrara, and Jonathan the Octopus Gresham. Will Ferrara teaming up with Rhett Titus as the Dogs.
Uh-huh.
With Rhett Titus doing all the talking, because Rhett Titus does the talking.
Rhett Titus does.
That is what happens, and thank you for calling. And I haven't got to finish that match. The main event of that will be Dalton and the Boys versus the Kingdom. So I'm looking forward to that, which I will watch today or tomorrow, later on, because Mike's probably going to fucking ditch me again and run away because he doesn't like the thing that's on the screen and just fucking hamstray.
You're not going to let this die, are you?
Probably after this, yeah. But right now I'm milking it.
Sir, you are being very pedantic, and I would know.
Shallow and pedantic.
Very shallow and pedantic. Anyways, that's it. That's it for the podcast today. Yeah, we'll be doing some more stuff. Once again, we'll be trying to work some ROH in.
Yeah.
I may not have time to watch it just until we get this whole apartment thing settled.
Racism. I will be... So, since I'm covering ROH, Mike's going to have to watch Impact because, well, he's a fucking delusional heel and that's his punishment.
Fuck that shit.
Mike's going to go back and watch all of the Big Japan
They got they've written Rosemary off. I don't need this.
What?
She got like destroyed by Su Yung.
I don't even know who that is. And that
She's pretty good, actually. But,
is she Asian?
She is Asian-ish, yeah.
That's actually... I'm not sure why I had that reaction, but really, the name Su Yung, depending on how you spell it, you're either from Kansas or Asia. There's no... I don't think there's an in-between there. Oh, that's what they need. That's what I need. I need like a instead of a Brit and Bruisers, we got like a Kansasian Bruisers. We got Su Yung and Su Yung.
I have linked you up there.
Oh goodness. Oh, that is an SU. Yeah. So
it's Rich Swan's woman.
SUYUNG. So that is definitely Asian. But what I want is SUYUNG and SUEYOUNG to be a tag team.
So yeah,
I think that would be the hotness.
So officially, Rich Swan's woman is more successful than Rich Swann right now.
Correct. Vanara Riggs, born in not Asia, Seattle, Washington. Interesting. Trained by Bill Dundee, Kevin White. She uses the mist. I'm in. I'm done. I'm good. Panic Switch was the spinning Samoan driver. I'm interested now.
That's pretty cool.
She uses the mandible claw. Yes. All right. Cool. I'm down. Let's watch some Su Yung.
Oh God, Rich Swann was trained by Adam Flash. How did that happen?
Adam Flash, baby!
Adam Flash wrestles nothing like Rich Swann. What the fuck?
I don't know.
I love me some Adam Flash.
Adam Flash, baby!
Anyways, that is all. Get off of Byron's lawn, and we'll be back next week.
If I'm not dead, because Mio might go heal and poison my food.
That would be impressive.
Long distance, 3-pointer.
I have 3 provinces to get across. I believe I have plausible deniability.
3? I'm going
3 full ones and then part of 2 more.
Oh, yeah.